Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is my review of Halo, the TV series, episode 1. Now many of you won't remember this, but this project was first developed in 2013 by Steven Spielberg at E3, set to be released in around 2015, and it never got done. Since then, it's been in development hell, and for several years now, they've been finally sort of working on it to arrive on Paramount Plus. So, I guess you want to know if it's good or not. So, well, the good news is that's actually quite good, but not in a way that you guys think, especially you gamers. The 90% of comic book and video game movies use the concept, adaptations, but add a little bit of flavour on top of it because, well, really, no fan would really want a carbon copy of the same story, right? We wouldn't really want to go through what we enjoyed many years ago. None of us would. That's what makes something like Marvel's Winter Soldier such a great movie. The fact that they can take Hydra and then make an endgame out of it. Well, Halo TV show does just that. It's a retelling of the original story done, say, in an alternate universe, in a way that fits today's casual audience. It's a beautiful piece of sci-fi storytelling that the fans of, say, like Starship Troopers would be proud of. And it has an epic look about it. And you feel right at home in that Halo universe. Gamers get their kicks from all the sounds that they make, the famous way the weapons fired and the sounds of the shields when they're recharging, all taken from the original video game. So the premise for this TV show is, in 2552, the Covenant attack an insurrectionist outpost on the planet Madrigal, wiping out everyone except for teenager Yerin Ha, before the Spartans of Silver Team intervene. So this has nothing to do with the story from the games, as I said. It's set in its own universe, an own timeline. So you don't have to run back and play any of the games or read the books to kind of get on top of what's going on here. Just go in with an open mind, and this is essentially a version of Master Chief fighting a different war against a different kind of Covenant. So yes, there will be some similarities along the way, but my advice is to just enjoy what's on offer here because, as I said, it's new and it's refreshing. I learned the hard way when I first saw Silver Team and Master Chief, and I shouted to my daughter, "That's Sam and that's Kelly on the squad." Little did I know that Silver Team is now made up an entirely new set of Spartans. So that was kind of embarrassing for me. So we know Petty Officer Master Chief John 117, and he's joined by 3 new Spartans. Lieutenant Junior Grade Vanak 134. Vanak serves as John's second in command and wields a heavy rifle for fire team support. He's replacing Sam from the video games and the books. Lieutenant Junior Grade Riz 128 is the team's communications specialist, tasked with keeping the Spartans' comms footprint at a minimal. The last one is Private First Class Kai 125. She serves as the team's designated marksman, wielding a high-caliber sniper rifle, looks like an M10, and she replaces Kelly from the games and the books. It's also 2 males and 2 females, which creates more of a balance in the team. Halo fans will see a similar mindset to the original, where they put Master Chief first, before orders. So Dr. Catherine Harsley is the mastermind behind the Spartan program, and is always very protective of her creations. The only mother figure that John has really known. But this Harsley is interesting. She's given in to her obsession with the team, and I can't wait to see more of this dynamic play out in future episodes. Miranda Keyes is more important here now than Captain Keyes. Captain Keyes is a little bit younger as well. But the two share no relationship at all, and potentially Miranda will form a bond with Master Chief down the road. In a nearby cave system, Master Chief discovers and retrieves Forerunner artifact that reacts to his touch, playing the mysterious symbols and unlocking some of his sealed childhood memories. And it really kind of sparks your interest. It brings us a new vision of what if Master Chief was born with a special type of gene directly from the Forerunners. This could prove valuable when meeting the Flood. Maybe we get to a point where he cannot be assimilated from the spores of the Flood. We do see something special happen when Master Chief is ordered to assassinate Yerin Ha, but he refuses and tries to escape. and in Kwan's trust by showing her his face. The UNSC then disable his ship, and then Chief touches the artifact again, which disables the power in the entire base and restores power to his ship, allowing Master Chief and Kwan to escape. Now, as I said, this shows there's some kind of hidden power into what he can do and how he can use it. The fact that this artifact reacted in such a way, I think that's a good thing, guys. And Master Chief discovers that he had drawn the artifact when as a child, when he has these flashbacks touching the orb. He finds out he actually drew it as a child, suggesting that he has a past connection to it. As I said, it's a nice touch and something we want to know more answers to. And the reason why he's running away from them is because what he's seen in his memories. Recovering them would mean knowing the truth about the Spartan 2 program. Dr. Halsey and Omi kidnapped and modified civilian children into Spartans, replacing them with replica clones designed to quickly die from a manufactured genetic defect. That's why Master Chief is running, and that's why he's turned on the UNSC. So guys, this for me is a solid 8 out of 10. I also want to mention the way that the weapons have been perfectly copied from the games. Normal munitions have no effect against the Covenant. AK-47s, M16s, carbines, none of these guns work effectively against the Covenant. But as soon as the Spartans show up, the assault rifle, the battle rifle, and most importantly, you gamers know what I'm talking about, the Magnum Handgun. It's represented just in the same way it's in the game. It's a big step of tech ordnance that does major damage to elites with shields, ripping through their defensive like butter. It also is the size of the Spartans and elites are perfect. Elites are very tall guys, standing anywhere between 7'4" and 8 feet 6 inches tall, and weighing nearly 400 pounds. Also, Master Chief with his armor is just under 7 foot, and you feel that weight on the battlefield. You look at the humans and you think there's no way they can stand up to anything that's going on the battlefield. The last key surprise was Cortana. We didn't really see her in this episode, but the artificial intelligence installed in Master Chief's helmet doesn't appear at all, but we see Halsey creating clones of herself, in the reign of creating an AI with her imprint. So that's why she needs to map the brain, and that's why she's cloning herself. So while a different actress is going to be playing Cortana, it's going to be modelled in the way of Dr. Halsey's brain. So I really like where they're going with that. And the writers have created an interesting way of exploring the Halo franchise, which stands on its own 2 feet outside of the games. And guys, that's a positive. So please check this out. Walk in with an open mind, and you will not be disappointed. A couple of guys have been talking about the CGI. There's some really good bits of the CGI, and there's some bad. So it's a mixed bag. But I'm sure that that's something that they'll fix moving on, because as I said, 200 million invested into this show. So it's really just about them taking their time with it and giving us everything that we deserve as fans. So guys, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace out.